Well, I'm intrigued by the notion about how it is that people find themselves in these boxes. As you say, it could be early upbringing. But something else that you write about is the effect of advertising.
Yes.
And I wonder if you can talk about what does advertising do to us and how do we counteract its lesser positive effects?
I do come down pretty heavily about advertising. And that's not to say that all advertising is bad. Certainly there can be beneficial advertising. To give an example, let's say that you notice that the sheets on your bed are wearing out and you need to get another set. And in order to do that, you need to know what store that's near you carries sheets, what kind of sheets do they have, what is the price on the sheets, are they having a sale, when is the store open, where is it located. So if you saw an ad that gave you that information, that would be very helpful, and certainly that kind of advertising is fine. But that represents only a very small portion of the advertising that we have in front of us every day, and it's everywhere. I'm continually noticing advertising in places where I didn't discover it before, like on the back of movie tickets, and I mean on everybody's outsides of sports clothing has been going on for some time, and I mean it's just everywhere. But what advertising does is to try to get us to buy things that we otherwise wouldn't even think we need or wouldn't even know about. So it is trying to get us to overconsume, and which has several negative effects. One is certainly on our budgets. We may likely go into debt. The personal debt that Americans carry, which is quite large, has been determined, the studies that I read say that it's mostly from luxury products. It's now, we could understand if somebody had to go into debt because of a serious illness in the family or from losing a job, but most of this debt is from luxury vacations and a new car when maybe you didn't need one, and all these kinds of things. So they're luxury products, and that's advertising is stimulating us to do that. It's also depleting the Earth's resources because all of those products have to come from somewhere, and they have to go to somewhere, our landfills. And so, plus and it also makes us feel that we're not okay the way we are. We've got to buy this product. We've got to buy this toothpaste, or we've got to have this kind of car, or this type of whatever, you name it, clothes or whatever it is, because we're not okay the way we are. So we go around thinking that we're not okay, and that this is just, our self-esteem is continually bombarded that, oh, if you just did this, then you'd be happy. So it has a very psychological impact in that way too. So I do believe that we need to cut back the amount of advertising we take in, and that can be from fewer hours of television or the internet, whatever. I go on then following the chapter on advertising with a chapter on media saturation, because a survey that I noted in my book took a look at how many hours the average adult spends on just 3 media. It just looked at internet, television, and radio, and found that the average adult spends 9 hours per day. 9 hours per day taking in all this programming. This is not to say that there isn't valuable programming out there.
And the network DC would be the perfect exception.
We're very, I've certainly been enriched by a number of programs, and I'm not saying to throw out all the TVs or anything like that. But if we're spending that amount of time and we're taking in a lot of images of violence, both from the news and from programming, entertainment programming, we're also, it's taking away from the time that we could be spending with our family. It's taking away from the time that we could be developing our own talents. We all have gifts to give, and if we're parked in front of our computers or in front of our televisions, we may not develop those talents, and the world would be the poorer for it. So we really need to take some more time to shut out those all that bombardment of advertising, media, entertainment, all the celebrity gossip and the non-news, the celebrity non-news, entertainment being passed off as news, and so on.
But how do you stay up to date with Britney Spears?
That's right. See, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't say, Britney who? I figure that if somebody's important enough, I will hear about it without having to follow it in detail in the media. So.